Hello, everyone. Welcome to Toad TV. I am Mary Beth.
I am Helen.
We are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow, and welcome. It is Tuesday. It is September 24th. Wow. Okay.
We are 2 full days into autumn, and Mother Nature is autumn today.
Yep, she is full on. I don't think it's getting above 70 here today.
Yeah.
So
the castle is entering its chilly phase.
Yes. As you may notice
by
what we are wearing. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing my Pearl Strings sweater in Hidden Entrances from our Secret Gardens collection.
It is beautiful.
It is short sleeves. And my arms are cold.
But DK.
DK, yep.
Okay. So. I am wearing my Society of Obstinate Headstrong Women sweatshirt. Seriously displeasing people since 1813. Helen found this for us. She has one too, and I love it.
That and my banned book sweatshirt, I could just live in both of those.
Yep.
I mean,
absolutely love
big
them.
Roomy hoodie.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's like my season.
Yes. This is my kind of weather.
Right.
All right. So what shall we talk about today? We are going to be talking about knitting because today is all yarn, right?
And all knitting.
All knitting.
I don't think there's any crochet today.
Yep, it is all knitting. We have some finished objects. We have some projects in the works. We have some that have already been started and you've seen them before. We have some that are brand new. So we have lots to talk about.
Right.
All right, let's get started. Since you have 2 finished objects, why don't you start with yours?
Oh, okay. So first off is my sea spray hat. This is in pink tutus. I love this pink.
That is a good pink. It is a bright pink, but it's a good pink.
It is by, we just finished writing it down, Jennifer Toland, and worsted weight. Look at how the pattern comes up. It's what intrigued me about the hat when I saw it on Ravelry. And I was going to be doing one of our new colors. I was looking for a hat for one of our new colors, but I knew this was going to work best in a tonal. So we had a skein of pink tutus already.
We just happened to have a skein just balled up and
all balled up and ready to go. So I did that. This is the one where I had to struggle with the tubular cast on, and I found the hack, which I will link again down below. Again, I forget the woman's name who did the hack. I think it's Rosemary something. But anyway, there'll be links down below. But she does it so that you can cast on half the stitches in your preferred method, and then there are several setup rows with yarn overs and that kind of thing that gets you to doubling your stitches and then setting it up for that tubular cast on. I really like the look of the cast on. It's a very finished edge. It's just I found the actual tubular from the pattern finicky at best. So when I found the hack, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try this before I go back to my long tail cast on. So I did do the long tail cast on with half the stitches and then did all the yarn overs. And look at the top.
It's a beautiful pattern.
Yeah.
Did you have fun knitting it?
I did. I had a lot of fun knitting it, and I knit it up fairly quickly once I got over, the cast on issues. And it's all knits and pearls. That's all it is. There are no cables or anything like that. Just all well-placed knits and pearls. So
very cool.
Really fun hat. And it's a nice big hat, so it sits very nicely on your head.
All right. And a wide enough brim that it's going to come down over the ears when you need it to.
Oh, yeah. And even folded up. It goes over my ears.
Okay.
No problem.
So, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. My finished object is a pair of socks. I'm not sure how far along I was. I think I just had to basically Kitchener it the last time I showed these, but they are now officially finished. These are the Puffle Socks by, do you remember?
No, but we've done it. I'll link it down below.
Okay. Yeah. So these are the Puffle Socks, and I did them in our Atlantis collection. Yeah. So the blue is Up from the Deep. The orange is the Lost City, and the purple is the Jellyfish Guards.
I have 1 or 2 skeins of each of them in the shop.
But I adore them. So now they're going to come off the sock blockers, and I will put them in my drawer so that when it gets just a tiny, tiny little bit colder, I can wear them.
I contemplated it this morning, putting on wool socks. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to need a couple more degrees.
Yeah. Not yet. We're almost there, but not yet.
So,
but
it is
fantastic.
such a fun pattern. This is a pattern that I will go back to again and again.
Yes, this was really a fun pattern to knit. So I did,
and great thing for scraps,
purple stripes on top on this one and orange stripes on the bottom, and this one got orange stripes on the top and purple stripes on the bottom.
And they're very good Halloween-y type socks.
They are. They're just, well, as far as I'm concerned, these are good all year round, because you look at these colors and it's like, oh, those are great summer socks, and oh, those are great spring socks, and they work all year round. So socks. The Puffle socks are done.
Costume change. So my next hat is the Angel hat by Kay Jones. And this one I knit up in Spooky Jack-o'-lanterns. This is a free pattern on Ravelry, again for worsted weight, which is, by the way, our sweater toad. Knits and Pearls. Love this color.
That is a great color. That came out really, really nicely.
Really like this color. This is a very straightforward hat. It is not as big. It's more of a cap. So that I have to, with the folded brim, I have to unfold the brim to get it over my ears. But nice fall hat.
Yeah. God, I love that color. That just is really gorgeous.
So as the castle, surprisingly enough, there's dog hair on it, gets cooler, you can just throw it on and wear it around the house. Or, cool fall nights.
Excuse me, for the last walk of the night type of thing, where you don't want something necessarily over your ears that's a little bit chilly.
Yeah.
You toss that on. So perfect.
I mean, you could make it bigger. I was done. So
ready to move on.
But I love the color.
Yeah, so, it's a good color.
Spooky Jack-o'-lanterns from our Halloween yarns this year.
Well, speaking of our Halloween yarns
and hats,
I am knitting a hat also. I am knitting mine in Jack and Smoke.
Look how pretty that is. Caked up or balled up.
Yeah. But wait, wait. This is the Shire Stones hat by Mina Phillips, the knitting expat. And that is how it is knitting up.
There are that
pools of color.
Pooling.
Yeah, there are pools of color in this one when you knit, but I think it's just making such a cool hat.
Yeah.
All right, so for this one, you knit a brim that is like 6 inches long. She says between 5.5 and 6 inches. It's 2x2 ribbing, and you do it for 5.5 and 6 inches, 5.5 or 6 inches, and then you fold it up and sew it together. Well, no, like it's not sewing it. It's a 3-needle bind off type of thing, because you can do it where you have a live cast on, but she has instructions for how to do it using your standard way of casting on, which is what I did. I knit my stitches on. So for me, that's my favorite way of doing it. So I just did that and then picked up the stitches as I was going along. It was very easy to do. And this is how it is looking so far.
And this is such a nice thick brim. You don't have to worry about doubling that or anything.
No. It's going to be a beautifully, now I'm about halfway done before I start. I think I'm on my 6th row of the 6th round of the repeats, and you do 10 of them. So I still have 4 more sets to do.
Before you start decreasing?
Before I start decreasing,
and
that's where it is right now.
Yeah.
Complete with one line coming down over my face. That's where it is right now. So there's going to be a lot more in there before I do it. Just making sure didn't lose any stitches.
Yeah.
It's a very simple pattern to follow. It's really easy to follow, so it's a nice fun thing to do in front of the TV. And I am doing it on a 16-inch circular needle, which is the perfect size because you can just keep going round and round, and it's not too tight or anything.
DK or worsted weight, doing a 6-inch 2x2, it does not take that long. That goes by fairly quickly.
So she says. It took me days. However, this is the knitting that I get to do after dinner type of thing. And our attentions are split. So it doesn't happen as quickly as you would want. But it looks
It's such a cool hat.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So Jack and Smoke, this is how it's knitting up for a hat. These would be very, very cool socks because I think it would be almost stripy going around. Yeah, no, it's cool. Very cool. All right, there we go. It's project number 1. Okay, what else are you working on?
I just have one other thing to show.
Okay, I have, since I cast off my socks, I cast on a new one. This is the Easy Peasy sock by Stacy Truck. And I am doing this in September Morn. September Song, not September Morn. That's a song. September Song. I'm doing them in DK. And I'm doing them one at a time because there's a definite pattern for the right sock and the left sock. And I almost said the right sock and the wrong sock. The right sock and the left sock. There is a definite pattern for it, so I figured I'll just do one at a time. So this is how it looks so far. This is the pattern right here.
You've gotten a long way.
And it's on the left sock. I think it's over on this side. You have it on one side for one sock and the other side for the other. You do a bunch of ribbing and then you do 60 rounds or however long you want your sock.
Did you say it's DK? You're using DK?
I am using DK. I am using DK because it was balled up and ready to go. And that's another reason I'm doing one at a time, because finding the other end and that is not going to happen. So I figured just go with it. So that's the way it looks.
I mean, we love DK socks.
I do. She has you cast on 60 stitches. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to do this. You know, I usually cast on 64. This is going to be a big sock. It's going to be a slouchy sock. I'm so looking forward to slouchy socks. I love slouchy socks.
Yeah.
I am a child of the 80s. Actually, I'm a young adult of the 80s, and I love slouchy socks. But it's going to be so comfortable. I don't know if I'm going to do the full 60 rounds. I think right now I'm at about 32. And if I do too much more, it's going to be very tall.
That is very long for you. Well, I mean, that's about what you normally do, I guess, right here.
This is about normal for me because I measure my foot. If I do from the edge of the heel to the top of my finger, my middle finger, that is the length of my foot. And then I start
that works for everybody.
Casting for my toes. I start doing my toes. So I usually do my top to match the bottom. So I've got about that much, maybe a knuckle's worth left to do.
So this one you just followed the pattern, right? Yeah. So you're just not ready.
Because I have to come do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that one I just followed the pattern.
The Puffle Sock is a shorter pattern sock. She only has you do the 5 rounds.
Right.
So it's a shorter sock. Not quite a shorty.
So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take it to my normal length. And if you count in the heel, I could start doing the heel right now, but I think I'm going to take it to the top of my middle finger and then do the heel and then
get your full slouchy.
Get my full slouchy.
Yeah. And you're on size 3?
I am on size 3 needles. So that is where I am right now with that.
And this knits up beautifully for a sock.
It does. It really does.
It's got almost a speckle look to it.
I love this.
Yeah.
I think it looks so pretty. It's going to be such beautiful socks. So I should be done them in time for spring. Actually, I think I'll be done them before that. I really like doing them 2 at a time, but
sometimes doing 1 at a time, it's nice because it goes by faster. And you don't have to think so much about your yarn management or anything like that.
That is very true.
There's no
untwisting all the yarns kind of thing. So that's where I am. I am really enjoying this, and I will keep you updated. But this is sock number 1. So I still have to do sock number 2. Okay. I will have to put a marker in there. Okay.
My other project is my Emerson Pullover, which I have been really focusing most of my attention on now because I am within sight of doing the bottom ribbing and then the sleeves, and then the damn thing is done. I really thought that this sweater was going to knit much faster because it's a worsted weight sweater. It takes a while. And part of the problem is worsted weight is heavy. And moving the stitches around the needle.
Oh, right.
I mean, it doesn't take like a ton of time, but they don't slide around as easily as like DK because it's weighing down the needle. It's going to be a really, really warm sweater. So this is my Emerson pullover. So she has you do 10 inches from the bottom of your arm to before you start ribbing. And she says if you want it longer, go longer. I am going to do about 11. I usually go 14 inches, but then this is a very big armhole. So this is a big slouchy shoulder sleeve. So we were holding it up to my back and everything and measuring. And I think because it is so heavy, it is also going to grow when I block it. So 11 inches is going to take it just about to my waist. And then there's 2 inches of ribbing. So that's plenty of room. This is going to be a really, really cold day in the castle or an outdoor type sweater, just because it's going to be so heavy. It is, but it's the Emerson Pullover by Vivian Chen. The color is Whims of Wisteria from our Secret Gardens collection. And I love it. It is half brioche. So it is just this love. Oh God, it's so squishy.
It is very squishy.
Very, very squishy. So
what size needles are you doing it on?
7.
Okay.
So that could also be part of what's taking so long because this is a nice for worsted weight.
Yeah, tight knit.
I mean, as tight knit as brioche can get. Tight weave, I guess. But yeah, on a day like today, I'm kind of actually looking forward to having it done.
It's gorgeous.
It is
absolutely gorgeous.
So I know the dyer, so it's not like it's a problem.
Dyer situation. Oh my God, I killed myself. Anyway,
I have the ball that I'm working with and one left of the ones that I set aside, which should be enough for 2 sleeves. It depends on what I have to do with the collar because there's also some work on the collar that has to be done. Because this one is it's obviously top down, but you knit the back flat to the armhole, then you knit you pick up the stitches along the shoulder and you knit the front flat until you reach the armhole, and then you join in the round. So
okay,
and the flat
just a thought.
I have thought about doing the sleeves or the collar.
The collar in green.
Yeah.
If you did that in the Weeping Willows.
I'll have to see whether we have one in worsted.
That would be so pretty.
Because I could do all my ribbings.
You could.
In the green, and that would be really pretty.
Would be so pretty.
Yeah.
Or if you did it in the yellow, the hidden entrances, it would pull the yellow from here. And yellow and purple together are so pretty also.
Yeah.
I mean, here, look at this. Just look at it next to your sweater. Yeah. It looks so pretty like that. So I think either of those. Also, just going to put it out there, Rambling Roses would be gorgeous because the pink and the purple together.
And I know we have a Rambling Roses in sweater.
Well, I think your decision may have just been made for you. It's fate.
Oh, I love pink and green and purple.
Green and purple together are gorgeous. They really are.
I'll have to see what we have, and maybe that's what I'll do. The plan has been made. Okay, so I'm actually, let's see, which row am I on? Okay, so I'm finishing up this row, and then I start the ribbing. So I will see what we have and cake it up for tonight. This is exciting.
Yeah.
Good plan, Mary Beth.
There is one sweater toad in Weeping Willow.
Is there?
Yes.
Well, that should do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If all you're doing is the ribbing, then yes.
And then if it doesn't, I mean, if God forbid, the ribbing for the sweater and the sleeves, and then I could do like Rambling Roses or something for the.
Oh, it's going to be so pretty.
Cool. All right. So yarn problem solved.
There you go.
I'm going to do Weeping Willow for the ribbing. And we shall see.
We will have our yarn winder ball up the yarn tonight.
Yeah.
Make her ecstatic.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Last project. I have finally cast on the Traveling Hoodie by Andrea Mowry, and I am doing it in the squirrel, which was one of our denizens of the forest. So this is denizens of the hollow, right? This is green and gray and gold. So pretty and spectacular. Just spectacular. And wait till you see it knit up because it's so beautiful. Okay, here we go. Let me just... Yeah, that's the outside. Okay. Okay, so this is how it looks. Oh my goodness. This is going to be such a pretty sweater. And I hope that it's coming through as warm as it is.
I was going to say, it's looking very gray, but like these lighter areas are like a sage green. It's so pretty.
It really is. It's just, it's a beautiful, beautiful color.
Like here. Let's see. Hopefully that's going to come through.
Hold it close to the camera.
There, you can get the greens.
Okay.
Like up here.
You can see it in the ribbing too.
Yeah. It's just so pretty.
It is.
And different. I mean, it's a different color story than
it's a very mottled color. But I adore this. I love this so much.
It's very layered. It's not color blocking or anything like that.
No.
The colors are just layered on top of each other. So it's just so nice.
The pattern is a cropped hoodie. I am not going cropped. I'm not going really long either, but I'm not doing it to like my natural waist. I like it a little bit longer than that. So I have measured it.
Especially a hoodie.
Right.
I mean, a hoodie to me is supposed to be big and comfy. And
I have measured it, and I have figured out that 2 bands of the pattern is 1 inch. So I am doing mine from 10 inches from the ribbing up. So again, this is going to have, it's supposed to have a wide underarm and be kind of slouchy, so that it should, she says in the pattern that you should keep that in mind if you're doing a different length than what she suggests, because it's going to start lower on your body. It's not going to start up here right underneath your armhole. It's going to actually start a little bit further down and come down. However, she also mentioned, and I know she has a tendency to have tighter arms, so it may be that it's not going to hit quite as low on me as it would on a size 2 person. But for me, I'm going to keep measuring it and seeing how I like it as far as the length goes. And
does she have a schematic where she shows what the length is?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, if it hangs a little bit lower than what I am planning, that's not going to bother me. If it's shorter, then that could be an issue. I'm planning to wear it with skirts and things like that, so that I have a couple of high-waisted skirts, so that if it's a little bit shorter than I normally wear it, then I'm fine with that. But I don't want cropped. I'm not a cropped type of person. So anyway, I know how many bands I need
you're
to do.
Short-waisted enough. You don't need.
I know we don't need to accentuate that anymore. I know how many rounds of the pattern I need to do to get to my 10 inches. So I'm just counting them off as I go along, and then I'll measure it against my body and make sure it's hitting me the way I want it to. and then go on for the next part. But
so you're using DK, Squirrel and DK.
I'm doing the Squirrel and DK. I am doing this on size 5. You do the ribbing on 3, 5 for the body, and a size 4 for the hood. And I have set aside enough to do the sweater, including the hood, because she has it as a crew neck as well. I want the hood.
Yeah.
So I have enough set aside to do. I should have enough to do it. I am not alternating skeins. I haven't hit the end of the first skein yet, so we're going to see. But I'm hoping that it's modeled enough.
Modeled and layered enough that I really don't think it's going to be an issue.
And
mine, I did not.
We dyed them all at the same time, so they're all from the same dye lot.
Yeah.
So that it should be fine.
Yeah, mine. You can't even tell.
No, you really can't.
And I did not alternate because I knew we had dyed it all together specifically for.
Well, that was the thing. When we dyed this up the last time, I dyed extra, knowing that I wanted to make this sweater from this color, so I set them aside.
Right.
So that is where I am with that. I will keep you updated on that, but I enjoy knitting it very much. It's a very simple pattern, and
good TV knitting.
Good TV knitting, and it's not just stockinette. So you do a couple of rounds of stockinette and then a couple of rounds of purling. But when you hit the end of the purling and you're starting the stockinette again, you can see definite progression.
Right. And also, it's great for distracted knitting, so that if you have to put it down,
oh yeah, you don't have to figure out where you are.
You're not going to spend 20 minutes figuring out where you left off.
Yeah. So, very much so. Okay. All right. That is the state of the knitting.
Yeah.
Got lots of new things going on. So the next time we do updates, we're going to be updating our back to school work.
Right.
And the projects that we're doing with that. So that will be in a couple of weeks. We'll keep you up to date on how those are going.
Yeah.
And we will show you the progression there. All right. One more thing to talk about. Darcy from Chit Chat Knits is doing a mystery knit along that it's a mystery shawl pattern that she is going to start releasing. You can buy the pattern now, and then she will be releasing the sections over the next couple of weeks, beginning the first week in October. It is a mystery pattern to support literacy, and a portion of all the proceeds will be going to, well, actually,
I think she's doing all the proceeds.
She will be donating all the proceeds from the sales of her patterns to Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. I don't know whether you know this or not, but Dolly Parton donates books to children all around the country and around the world free of charge. She is a national treasure and should be honored because she's just
and preserved.
Awesome. Dolly Parton is amazing. However, we're going to put in a picture of the banner that she has so that you can see all the different particulars. You need 3 different colors to knit this shawl. I have picked my colors. You need a lighter color, a medium color, and a dark color, but she says that it will work best in tonals or solids. We will be coming up with suggestions on Friday's podcast. We're going to be doing our witch aesthetics again, but we will also have some suggestions as far as yarn color pairings for this shawl if you would like to buy your yarn from us if you're interested in doing this. I think it's going to be lots of fun because Darcy makes some amazing shawl patterns. Actually, all her patterns are great. But if you want to join us, come to Friday's podcast and we'll show you some yarn pairings that you could use, and we'll go into it more there. But if you go to Chit Chat Knits now, you will be able to buy the pattern, and then
the first clue will come.
The first clue comes later, closer to October. As a matter of fact, October 7th. And they are doing it based around fiction lovers. And each clue is going to be for a different type of genre. So we don't know what they are, but book 1 comes out October 7th. And it's just, I'm really excited about this because I love knitting
Yeah.
and reading and everything book related. So I think this is going to be lots of fun. And I had a lot of fun picking out my colors, and I am looking forward to showing them to you because they're really, really cool together.
Yeah, when you did the one that works, we're just both like, oh, there you go.
That's it.
So.
All right. We'll be sharing more about that on Friday. And
Friday is our live stream. So noon
Noon.
Eastern Standard Time.
If you want to come join us.
Right.
So last week we did 5 of our witch aesthetics and picked out yarn pairings to go with them. We're going to do a couple more on this coming Friday, but we are putting up the yarn aesthetics on our Instagram account, Toad Hollow NJ, and also putting pattern suggestions to go with each one.
Right. So and I put yesterday's up this morning as a short here on YouTube as well.
Okay. So that you can check those out and see.
Trying to keep the YouTube gods happy.
Yeah.
And paying attention to shorts for a change.
Okay. So, all right then. Okay. So I think that is just about it.
Yes, we will do our spiel. If you are new or haven't subscribed yet and you like what you watched, please subscribe, like, comment. It appeases the gods.
Also, it gets us in the viewpoints of other people.
I was going to say, has them suggest us to other like-minded people, and raises our subscription level, which is very nice for us.
Yes.
So,
all right. Other than that, we hope you guys have a great rest of the week.
Go forth and create.
And we will see you on Friday for our live broadcast.
Right.
Bye. Bye.